Man, some spicy sets today. It's just some really strong contenders either way, and we are going to see the Chrom from Frank and the ZSS from Invictus, and it really... I know that historically they've traded sets before, I think, or from my knowledge, I think recently... Alright, but kind of the footsies to start. Okay, I gotta be completely honest. I was picking the color swaps for these characters, so I looked away for like a couple seconds. I have no idea what Frank did to Invictus's first stock. We're 45 seconds in. I don't know what's going on. Alright, that down air sour spot still had combo potential, but Frank obviously coming in hot. Oh, okay, Frank got an up B cheese, okay. Okay, but an offstage forward air, I mean, playing so commanding. It'd been 20 seconds since I got confused and was wondering where Invictus's first stock went, and the second one was gone within 20 seconds after that.
Yeah, Frank.
Absolutely franked. Alright, but obviously Papa Frank coming in hot off his win against Peckwick with that 3-0, but Invictus playing his last round robin set of the day, I believe, before we get into final bracket. But we have one more stream set, I think, after this before we get into final bracket, but yeah, Frank looking solid, and Nick knew that he was just gone, so he just starts walking across the stage. A little bit of sass with it too from GSS. Oh, the forward air not linking into the up smash there. That's that quick and easy, like 0 to 30 or 40% conversion that ZSS has. But unfortunately, not getting the up smash. But geez, okay, up air, up special. Oh, okay. Oh, but F tilts out of it. I mean, that makes sense. He maybe just didn't get enough of a stun to run up an up special. It's not enough time to work with. But Invictus starting to kind of bare his teeth here, bringing things slowly back. Really not at much of a deficit, and not much of a deficit at all. Getting that side special, I didn't. Yeah, it had to have been because that move's not that strong, right? Yeah. Yeah, Invictus does know how to play Roy as well, so he does have experience in the matchup. But you could argue Invictus has like 3 characters, he's secondaries. Ooh, okay, yeah, gets the whip, pull in. Yeah, he's turning up here. Yeah. Oh! I think he went for the flip kick spike on the on Chrom's recovery move. Okay. But yeah, Invictus popping off to bring this game back into contention, but yeah, at that percent, one whiff hit's gonna take it for Papa Frank to take game 1. It just seemed like Invictus needed a little bit of time to warm up, to be honest, and then things got real tight real quick, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if the set continues to go pretty freaking close for the rest of this best of 5. Alright, game 2 here on Invictus is counterpicked. Going back to PS2 though, so I mean, it's kind of coming down to, hey, I needed to warm up game 1. It was not this stage. Really, Invictus's ledge trapping was much more effective than Papa Frank's was, to be honest. Invictus had crazy good coverage. And he seems like he's pretty dialed in now, but not exactly sure where all the damage came from that is on Invictus right now, besides just like a couple stray hits. So obviously damage output wise, Chrom has the advantage there. So trapping here, some frame coverage. Realistically, if you think about DSS when it comes to frame data, that character can play so incredibly safe. Just because they have the frame 1 jab 2, and then obviously all of their aerials, or the viable aerials in neutral, like neutral air and forward air, auto cancel so well. You can just get that jab right after. So it really comes down to the player keeping things dialed in and safe. But here's the ledge trapping once again. The whip interrupting the first one, but not the second. And man, it feels like momentum-wise, whoever gets the first stock definitely has been in a great place. But if they can get a little bit of extra credit, I think that kind of changes the whole tide of the game. But, I mean, so far it's been so back and forth. Yeah, you can play him. Or... Okay. Right, so the stock lead does go into Invictus. If you get something started here, the advantage state's going to be so well deserved because they were just scrapping so hard stock 1. And okay, 35%. Really, all we need is one neutral air startup with Chrom to even up the percent. Alright, the whip coming out to play once again. That's doing so much work when it comes to ledge trapping in general. That just means that Papa Frank's been doing neutral get up and jump get up for the most part. If the whip continues to work. Oh, almost had the tech chase too. Coming to think of it too, Invictus had Turin, a Roy player, in his pool for unrivaled pools as well. So it could be pretty warmed up when it comes to kind of adapting to the spacing around Croy, essentially. But obviously, after game 1, he's looking a lot more poised here. This tech chase, though, yeah, Invictus is not going to roll in that situation. Getting an up smash back air. It only did 17%, which is interesting. I really thought that combo did a little bit more, but... I mean, I guess the ZSS standard is neutral air, up smash, and then back air, which does, I think, like 30 or so. Which honestly doesn't feel like as much damage as you deserve for getting a nice combo starter like that, but things still looking so good for Invictus. That back air is going to send so deep off stage. And the whip, not going to take the stock just yet. Oh, jeez. Okay, Nair 1, drag down to forward smash. And that's the Papa Frank classic. Just the willingness to go off stage, cover some space with the first hit of side special, and then, wow, okay, Invictus actually going to seal it out there, calling out Frank's jump with the back air. But as I was saying, the Frank special is kind of cover some space off stage with the side special 1, and then after that, read a jump or that's essentially a low recovery option. It worked out to seal out Invictus' second stock finally, but Invictus sealed it out there. The clean and pretty commanding one stock lead on that second game to even things up. And it's like our boy Turin's gonna join me on commentary here.
I'm just coming on here to start beat.
Oh boy.
Invictus will go on and on about how much Croy loses or wins the matchup against ZSS and how bad it is for her.
Really?
And I just never have seen why. I just think it's not true.
Yeah, I think it deserves an explanation.
I think it's an agenda. Like, even like on paper, you study the matchup. I don't see what
where does it add up?
What we have that she can't deal with. Like, she has answers to everything. It's just you have to pick it at the right time. There are never any situations where I'm like, oh, this is just screwed here. There's nothing she can do, you know?
I don't know enough about either of these characters to like obviously have like a matchup experience or frame data thing, but from what I've watched, seeing these characters play each other quite a bit over the last year, it feels like kind of even.
Yeah.
When it comes to punish game and everything, it's just more situational.
That's how I feel about it too.
And it's explosive both ways, yeah. But obviously a relatively even start. The whip finally going to seal that first stock. Obviously the percentage lead that Invictus had allowed him to get that first stock lead, but oh.
Yeah, I think the main thing they'll bring up is ZSS how to shield his back. Right?
Okay.
And it's like, sure, that's maybe true, but it's like, you can say that about Greninja too. Greninja's not a bad matchup against Roy and Chrom. Because the whole point of the character is they're not supposed to be shielding her.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same way with ZSS. Like, a lot of people say Greninja beats Roy, right? Even though they have that out of shield.
Yeah.
Right? Because all their other tools make it work. So.
And I mean, speaking of that, Invictus has been doing a really great job of just spacing safely around Papa Frank.
Yeah.
We don't really ever see that shield come out.
But
Oh man. One thing though that it doesn't seem relatively volatile in this matchup is that it's probably pretty freaking hard to punish the Chrom up special.
yeah,
For to spike it or something. You have to be pretty accurate with the flip kick spike in order to do that.
Really,
So,
that has to be timed really well. I don't know if Chrom doesn't take the perfect way. I think the side B will poke it. Yep.
oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Whip has been doing quite a bit of work.
I very rarely see Frank actually misspace up though. So
Yeah, essentially DSS really only has the Whip for side B, and that only steals the stock at super high, or relatively high percents. Ooh. Wow, back air so quick. Here's the Whip.
yeah, he goes for it.
Wow.
That was crazy. That hero hurtbox shift
Yeah.
into the FP.
I think that if Frank just goes low enough with the up special, the Whip doesn't win. Oh my! What was that? He just,
That was like a Samus, a DSS and actually Samus thing where you can tether grab but not drop down the ledge. You can
oh,
you can
okay.
tether grab, let go and jump. I think is what it is.
He just instantly went from ledge to standing there,
Yeah.
and then parried.
I've seen Scott do that with Dark Samus before.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how they do it, but it's an interesting mix-up.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to have upward momentum and then cancel the tether, but I've just never seen it so seamless like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the tether come out.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Okay, but Papa Frank trying to steal the game there with some damage.
This is last rock Frank. This is the ledge coming into play.
Yeah. People start mumbling it in the venue. Last Dark Frank. Last Dark Frank.
I'm gonna get up off the get up.
All right.
Frank
Both
falls.
players kind of. Oh no way. Okay, that has an upper launch angle.
Frank falls being underneath that side platform on Battlefield PS2, the Croy zone.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very rude.
Like if you stand under it, you own it. Like,
Yeah.
It's your domain. So, good luck getting past it.
Alright, so Nick taking his time here. Counterpicking to Hollow Bastion. Personally, one of my favorite stages that we've added to the stage list.
Like I said, removing the Croy zone.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
more platform for you to be under.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that also kind of takes away your options if you're trying to get off ledge though. Like you have to go to center if you want a platform around that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And for Chrom, that can be really bad if you don't have that extra landing option when you're getting up the ledge. Because if you try to do a drop down jump option and it gets stuff, or even if you just do jump from ledge and it gets stuff, that can be really, really awful.
Yeah, jump from ledge with Croy.
Yeah.
Oh, you lose your stock so early for getting called out for that. Oh, the stun? Okay. Okay.
Big
Oh,
combos coming up.
up or down air extension too? Yeah, that was clean.
Ooh, the Jer, Frank's getting Jers. I'm proud. Let's go.
Okay, nice forward air.
Ooh, he really went for that Zera. That almost hit.
Oh.
That's what we were talking
Oh,
about.
that really good angle the second time though for Papa Frank there. Oh, nice, yeah.
Both players just play such a call-out style of neutral, like hit your shield and then just go for the option you're gonna do out of shield. Like they just call out after call out.
And forward tilt two framing there, I think, unless Invictus held down a little bit.
I believe he popped up over the ledge just tiny bit.
Oh.
He clipped his foot.
Okay. Alright, Nair gets the second hit forward air.
That's side B.
Frank loves doing that at disadvantage. It's a quick move. Do you know what its startup is?
It's startup?
Or what frame it is?
No, I
I think it's quick. I'm gonna look it up.
It's fast.
It seems really fast.
It feels like Frank 5 or 6. That's what I would guess.
Oh, it's frame 9, which is still faster than forward air, I think. Yeah, forward frame 10. So I
Roy
mean,
up B is frame 5.
oh really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, right frame 5.
Oh, frame okay.
Up air is frame 5, but if you jump, it makes it frame 8.
If you want to crack the itch, play triangle.
All right, but
It's pretty good.
Triangle strategy is really good.
It's pretty good.
things.
I'm glad that you agree with me.
I'm like on chapter 10.
I'm on chapter 8.
Really? Which one is that?
It's the one with the fish. You know who that is?
Yeah, I remember that one. You kind of have to just position mages on top of the hill and shoot them when they try and approach you.
That makes a lot of sense.
You have to play really lame, basically.
And I'm trying to protect the
Is this Fire Emblem Lantern right now? I don't. All right, people, back to the stream here. Man, we are looking at a very hot set here. I mean, this could be a game 5. This could be a 3-1 win for Papa Frank, but every single game so far has been so close. Okay, the whip once again not working. Frank picking his angle so well. Essentially, the last few hits of the side special that time linking. Jer? Oh no, not yet. Had to burn flip kick though. Frank going deep to try to get an offstage presence there with the back air, the Frank Classic, but ZSS's recovery, especially even out of the corner, is so good, and we're going to reset back to neutral here. One of these players will get a hard whip hit at some point, and that's going to deal. Let us know if it's going to be a game 5 situation or not, but this is just so tight, and yeah, the whip will bring this to a game 5.
Game 5 situation. So me and Colonel got it in time set.
Is that Fire Emblem?
No, it's Square. It's like Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
But it's like Fire Emblem for Final Fantasy.
Interesting.
There was a kind of a spin-off of Final Fantasy a long time ago called Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, okay.
And Square has been making Final Fantasy-esque games in a retro style recently, but not calling them Final Fantasy games and just like giving them a different name, like Octopath Traveler.
Oh.
That, It was basically a very generic RPG with like retro graphic style that's very reminiscent of like Final Fantasy like 1 and 2.
Oh.
In the style. They just called it Octopath Traveler.
Interesting. Just like not referencing Final Fantasy at all. Maybe they just don't want to be adding to the storyline.
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
So triangle strategy is basically the same as Final Fantasy Tactics. They just called it triangle strategy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, but game 5 here. Invictus coming out hot, but yeah, gonna get a hard punish for that.
Yeah, I don't see the wave bounce edge guard working too well against CSS. I feel like the SS has too many mix-ups.
Yeah, she just has so much mobility out there. Oh, okay, gets the dash attack.
He's going for it again though. We'll see. Okay.
Terrifying. Yeah, I will always call that sliding forward tilt dash attack because it's more viable for Roy Chrom than it is the actual dash attack for them.
We should come up with some JRS name for Sleft Tilt.
Oh.
We should start calling it Sleft Tilt.
Sliding F tilt, left tilt. I'm down.
Will.
Oh! Oh no!
That would actually I don't want to call it Lilt. Except now that it's so obnoxious, I kind of want to.
It's kind of it's so obnoxious. It's actually kind of perfect.
I want to say it to upset people.
But once again, things getting evened up so quickly there. You take mine, I take yours immediately after.
Oh.
Okay, good.
To the combo.
That's mad damage, so it's worth for sure. Remnants of like early Croy status or Chrom status where you could kill them and then kill you first. Yeah. I think it's kind of situational now based on how low the bottom blast zone is.
Yeah.
And then like percentages and stuff, but.
And I didn't know that until I was watching Lavish and some.
Oh really?
He talked about it. He was like, yeah. Depending on how close you are to the blast zone.
Oh, that's a great edge guard. So clean. Alright, Invictus trying to dial in and finish out this game 5 situation. I think this went.
He's kind of running away with this advantage chip, though.
I think I'm looking back and I think this went 1-1 and then Frank and then Invictus. So this would be 2 games in a row for Invictus if he seals out this best of 5.
Oh,
Oh, okay. And again, so close here.
Last stock for both players. Both kind of looking for here the up air.
Ooh. Yeah.
The aerial combo. Yes, yeah, really good timing on the nair from Frank.
Interesting reverse nair from Frank.
Okay. Yep, landing with the up air. Looking for some sort of option. Yep.
Oh, okay.
He read that
There
too.
cancel. Yeah, just barely missed.
He knew that was going to happen. Oh, yeah, on the way
Okay, and yeah, chat saying Mars thinks CSS is definitively losing for, but why?
Well, you know,
we need to know.
Yeah, I've never heard any description why. Why that is. Mars thinks CSS is like bottom 22, so, you know, take that opinion with a grain of salt. And the F tilt?
Yeah, F tilt
taking
at ledge. That'll seal it out. Papa Frank clutching it in the very end there. Invictus really kind of steamrolling through the last 2 games, looking so solid, but Frank stealing it out. We do have one more stream set between Super Colonel 44 and Aloha before we get in the final bracket, and then things will progress as they are. But yeah, I just need to know why people think ZSS sucks against Roy Chrom.
You're right, I do not.